Would you defy your duty to save a friend? That's what we're discussing in today's Star Trek The Original Series review, The Menagerie Part 1 and Part 2. If you are enjoying these reviews of Star Trek and just everything in general, then make sure you subscribe, follow along down below. I make reviews on pop culture content every single day here. So let's jump into it. There's a lot of notes that I want to give here, and I just jotted down a bunch of stuff that I wanted to discuss here. I've already reviewed each episode individually, so if you want to see the review of Menagerie Part 1 or Part 2, you guys can go check those out. If you want to see like a full video, I'm going to make one of those on YouTube in the future. I've got a few other Star Trek videos in the pipeline before that. But today I just want to discuss a couple of things. So I thought that the courtroom framing of this episode was good. To me, and this is my issue for doing production order, I didn't love that we got three courtroom episodes back to back, to be honest. But that's okay, because I like the courtroom episode, you know? It's fun. They really like slow down the plot, and it's a nice framing of showing the previous episode in the screens and stuff, and I loved those transitions from previous episode to like the footage, and they would show it on the screen in like a colorless version almost. The one big issue that I have actually coming out of this, which I'd love to get some of your guys' thoughts on, is that it was Spock centric, of course, but Spock is a character without significant personality, you know, unless he's like getting emotional, which he has done a few times, like The Naked Time. He doesn't have emotionality or personality really, you know what I'm saying? So the episode focusing on him, there wasn't like a lot of Kirk in this episode, which I found weird because he's kind of the main character, the guy that I'm relying on. And I would have liked to have seen his like discussion of why Spock betrayed him, basically. I would have loved to have seen more of him like trying to come to terms with what Spock did or that sort of stuff. They had that in the first episode and he was like, no, Spock would never do that, I don't believe it. But I would have loved for the second episode as well, as like most of this arc, to have like a B plot of Kirk discussing that. That's like the biggest takeaway that I had from the Menagerie. And I think it would have been good if like Kirk and McCoy had these like asides discussing Spock. Can he still be trusted? Yada, yada, yada. Like that would have been interesting to me. Bit of drama. I think that would have been interesting. But like overall, I really liked the Menagerie. I guess I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on the Kirk-Spock dynamic thing. And also let me know in the comments, are there episodes that do what I'm wanting? You know, more like Kirk and Spock character development, specifically Spock character development, or does he kind of stay the same way the whole time? Don't spoil what happens, but like let me know in the comments down below if it does happen. And as always, if you're enjoying these reviews, make sure you subscribe, follow along down below. Thank you guys for all the support recently. I'll see you in the new video tomorrow.